My name's Atlanta.
And my name is Priscilla.
And this is our podcast, our unfiltered group chat that you didn't know you needed.
Yes, welcome back to episode 3. We're going to be talking about our journeys, small town struggles. Honestly, you guys, everything in between. We're going to chat about it. So I hope you guys are ready, whether you're on your way to work or you just honestly want a good conversation. Pull up.
Yeah.
Grab a tea, a snack, whatever you need. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it between us 3.
Yes, let's go. Should we have a little life update? Our week so far?
Honestly, what is there to chat about this week? How's your week been? Or your weekend even?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not even been that long, has it, since we last filmed?
Yeah,
weekend's been good. It's been the bank holiday, so it's in Manchester Pride this weekend.
Yes.
I didn't actually go out for it, but the vibes were good. Energy was high in the city. Like, I did nip out, do a couple of errands, and that was good.
And the weather's been nice as well.
The weather's been lovely.
Guys, I don't know what it is about these bank holidays, but for some, I keep telling you, someone is controlling the weather.
You were saying this before.
No, literally. Like, what do you mean? It's bank holiday. The weather is nice. They want people to go out and spend their money.
Yes.
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I will. I'm taking it. I'll happily.
In every sense of the way. It's been good. I've been chilling. Yeah. It's been a nice weekend. Like I said, it's not been that long since we filmed last. So
no.
There's been like a couple days. What have we been up to be fair, this weekend?
I didn't see you Saturday, but we were literally together yesterday. Had dinner.
Yes.
Had a little film. True. No, actually, we watched a series called The Assassin on Amazon, which is actually quite good if you've not seen it.
Honestly,
so
that
I
was
would
an
recommend.
interesting watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't really know how I felt about it, to be fair.
I feel like I need to go back and watch it from the start properly, because obviously when I was cooking and stuff. Yeah, but I do. It was definitely giving me good vibes. Oh, the accent. Okay, girl.
Everything.
I love that.
Good, honestly.
Thank you. It was late though, so sorry about that. It was, I think, 11 o'clock when plates got served up. So sorry about that, girl. Thanks, girl.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Honestly, since you guys have seen me, my hair has come out.
Yeah. Got a nice little bob for you.
Honestly, yeah. Let's go back to that. I trust my girl with a lot of things, but not with scissors. Let's just say that.
I will say the scissors were blunt, but also the angles were off for me. They were all the way off. She said midway from the neck, guys, why did I go like bottom of chin? It was
Honestly, it was cute though.
It looked so cute though. Cute. That's one thing I've learned from that, is that you would suit a little chin bob for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe when I'm like 60.
Well, the arch is there. Maybe Halloween or something.
Maybe we'll see. But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah,
we're excited for a little short week.
Yes, definitely.
As well. We've got more planning to do as well.
More filming.
Podcast-wise, more filming yet to do, which is going to be exciting as well.
Yeah. Editing, learning, upskilling again.
But we got it. Never ends.
Yeah, for real.
Well, again, always excited.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, sorry.
You're good.
But in today's episode, we're kind of going to be talking about school experiences, more about life growing up. Honestly, I feel like we could talk for hours and never even touch the surface sometimes of like our experiences and what it was really, really like and the stories we have to tell.
100%.
But we're going to be playing some more games.
Yeah.
I've got some more excitement, little segments coming up as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like as we're developing the podcast, we're kind of finding our own structure as well. So
100%.
It's kind of nice figuring out the little segments we want to incorporate as well, and as we get more of you guys as well, it'd be nice to have your voices as well.
Definitely.
So again, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you're watching on.
Yes.
Do all you need to do.
Yeah.
Don't stay on there for too long.
All the links and stuff will be down below.
But yeah, let's get into this game.
Let's do it. So the first one is One's Gotta Go. So if you guys don't know the concept behind it, I'm going to list a couple of things with Priscilla and she's got to decide which one has to go. Okay. Let me just find... My notes are everywhere today. Yeah, me too.
Is it just like general topics or what?
It's pretty generic, but if I think of some off the back, I just had it up. Here it is. Right, there we go. Okay. So, First one's got to go. So takeaway, eating out,
right,
or a home cooked meal.
Takeaway, eating out, or a home cooked meal.
And by takeaway I mean like ordering. Sorry, not necessarily going to collect.
Takeaway.
Okay. Yeah, valid.
I'd rather go out to eat and cook.
Yeah, valid.
Cook just the home cooked.
Literally. Girls' night out. So no, sorry. This is all for a girls' night scenario.
Okay.
Would you rather have drinks at someone's house?
Yeah.
Go out to a bar or go to a club?
I love having drinks at home.
Yeah.
Because it's just a different vibe. You're at home.
Music's going.
Literally,
Everyone's creasing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love a bar vibe because it's just, a good time with the girls. But then sometimes the club is just...
It's needed.
But I can't lie, at this stage, I'm going to have to get rid of the club, I think.
I feel like that's probably the least amount of time when we spend our time. Yeah, for real.
Exactly.
Like, it's like age appropriate.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, it's needed when you want somewhere where you can actually go and have a dance. And, like, obviously the bars are only open so late, but yeah, it's hard to find clubs for us these days.
There's motives around Manchester or other areas that I feel like are better than the club.
I hear that, yeah, 100%. Sorry, I'm just going to have to really quickly wipe my nose. I was going to try and keep it till the end of the segment, but I was like, I don't want to come out with my snotty nose on TikTok. Right, okay. So the next one is, so this is like different food. So Wingstop, McDonald's, KFC, or Popeyes?
Wingstop, McDonald's, KFC, or Popeyes? Oh, I think I'm going to have to get rid of... I want to say KFC,
I thought you were going to go Popeyes, I don't know why.
I was originally going to go Popeyes, but I feel like... To be honest, I eat KFC more than Popeyes, but...
You prefer Popeyes?
Is probably better.
Yeah, I hear that.
I've had Popeyes about once in my lifetime, So I actually don't know.
I think I've had it about 3 times, but I would definitely get rid of the KFC.
I'll get rid of the KFC. I feel like all of them.
100%. Lizzie McGuire.
Ooh.
That's So Raven.
Right.
Drake and Josh. Hannah Montana.
Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, Drake and Josh, Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, it's between Lizzie McGuire and Drake and Josh,
That's hard though, because I love them all.
Yeah, if I can't. I don't. Probably Drake and Josh.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Drake and Josh.
I would agree with that. You can't get rid of the girl.
Yeah, because I feel like growing up, it wasn't like I watched it here and there, but it wasn't something that
I loved it. But I feel like I don't know why I always used to miss most of the time when that was on TV. But like it was something that I did really love, and I love Megan. I think that was fucking cheapest jokes. How she used to terrorize her brothers.
They don't do shows like that.
They don't. Chicken wings, jollof rice, jerk chicken, or curry goat.
Chicken wings, jollof rice, jerk chicken, or curry goat. I'm gonna have to get rid of curry goat.
100% same, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of goat.
No, it's like big chunks of meat as well. It's just
leave the goat alone.
Yeah. Don't kill me. Banana bread, chocolate fudge cake, or apple strudel. I did this one, but I didn't know how you relate. Yeah, I really wanted another one that was juicier.
Keep the fruit out of the desserts.
Or like, let me swap that out then, because that was too easy. What about like chocolate brownie? What other cakes?
I'd get rid of chocolate fudge cake.
Really?
We had this conversation where I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate fudge cake. It has to be the right chocolate fudge cake.
Oh, but say it's the best chocolate fudge cake ever.
Okay, well then obviously.
If it's the best chocolate fudge cake ever, like all of these are like top of their tier, or banana breads. But it's like a...
Get rid of the brownie.
Okay, I respect it.
I like I'll do the cakes first.
Yeah. Also made this one. So Afro Nation, Rio Carnival, girl trip to Jamaica, or girl trip to Mexico.
Okay, Afro Nation.
Because you've already done it.
Done it.
Okay.
And we're literally, the rest are on the list.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Pick any.
What about then all of those, but you've not ever been to Afro Nation before?
Still getting rid of Afro Nation.
Really?
It's
okay.
the most local.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's an explorer. I love
we need
it.
to go abroad.
Yeah. Period.
Together.
So one's got to go. So your favourite outfit,
Yeah.
your favourite drink, your favourite meal, or your favourite song?
Well, this is crazy because I don't think I have a favourite anything in this life. Favourite outfit?
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I've got a favourite clothing item right now.
Yeah. Well, just picture that then, I guess.
Okay, and then favourite drink.
Yeah. Do you not have like a favourite? It could be like a favourite cocktail or like a favourite ice, like your matcha. What am I even saying? Of course it's rum and coke.
Look at that, who's picking rum and coke? Do you know what I mean? Okay, or favourite food.
Yep.
Don't have that. Or favourite.
Did I say song?
Yeah, favourite song. I'd have to get rid of one, you know. I'm gonna have to get rid of my favourite clothing item.
Well, yeah, it doesn't sound like you're too attached to it in the first place anyway,
No,
so...
Capris. The Capris I've been missing.
They're so cute, guys. I was trying to get her to wear them to an event in a couple of weeks' time because they are really cute. Okay, I feel like... Are you big into your superheroes? Not really. No.
I know of them.
Yeah, I'm just going to skip this one.
No, actually I wouldn't know that.
Okay. Is Spider-Man...
Okay.
I won't go into Marvel, I'll just do like a general one. So Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Captain America.
Who am I getting rid of?
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Captain America.
Mhm.
Captain America?
Really?
Yeah, because I've only ever watched the others. I don't even know who Captain America is, really.
I personally would have gone with Batman because he's the only one without any real like special abilities. He's just like a human
That's the thing, I don't know
rich
what they
man.
all do other than Spider-Man
Yeah, see?
and Superman.
Yeah, we'll skip this one. We'll skip this one. Well,
Were they supposed to go off like their abilities?
yeah, well, yeah.
Oh,
like,
no,
who are you calling? Like,
I'm
fucking.
calling
There's a
Spider-Man.
riot downstairs. Which one are you calling?
Spidey.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Like,
that's
like,
fine. Superman would be my first call
Really?
because he's got everything, and the only thing his only weakness is kryptonite. Yeah, say no more. Let me know
I
more.
wanted
You.
to get into the superhero movies though, but it's just a matter of like, am I actually starting it now? I'm watching it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Not the rest of your life. Well,
Okay,
you would be
do a
watching it for the
little
rest of your
marathon.
life. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
we have to
god.
pick.
That's absolutely fine.
Okay, on this.
We should also like do like a Marvel marathon, but we can do
Yes.
it in terms of chronological order, like when the films came
Yeah.
out or when they were like set.
Okay.
So I'll
I
let
know
you
there's people
choose.
gonna be watching this thinking, what the hell?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna have to come back on here.
100% and redo the
Yeah.
questions in detail.
Yeah,
Love it.
definitely.
Love it. Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
One's got to go. Halloween. We don't really celebrate
Get rid
that.
of that, yeah.
Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, birthday.
We got rid of Halloween.
Yeah, because I feel like that one's
Okay,
too.
so New Year's, birthday,
Valentine's Day,
Valentine's.
Christmas.
Christmas, Valentine's.
Fair.
Right now, anyways.
Yeah. Valid.
What would you do?
Well, I mean, it'd have to be Valentine's Day right now, wouldn't
Really?
it? Gee, that's
Okay, but say you were with the love of your life.
It's peak. I love the way you just said that. The love of your life. So cute.
I did not say it.
That was actually the cutest thing I can. Love of my life.
Yeah.
Love of my life. Probably New Year's Eve, to be honest. I'm not really like, it depends. I'm not really that arsed about like following New Year, like celebrating New Year, sorry. But
Yeah.
then, obviously it's nice to have like a fresh start, but I'm not really arsed about spending loads of money.
Exactly.
these days. Now I'm getting old.
Yeah, and after our last New Year's experience,
are we gonna tell the story? Oh my god! Let me fully try and re-rack my brain.
Yeah.
So
that was crazy.
this is when I lived at my old flat, wasn't it? And of course, because I just moved. So we were going out for an event on New Year's, and you were fine, we were fine. It was just the two of us.
It didn't start well because
everybody
knows on New Year's you cannot get an Uber anywhere.
And it was pissing it down.
It was torrential rain.
Yeah.
It's never rained before in Manchester. This was right before it started flooding as well. Oh no, it was right after the floods. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I remember just getting my outfit on, putting on my biggest green coat, and just trekking it.
Like a 20-minute walk as well.
Yeah, but it was dark, it was wet, it was awful. By the time I got there, I was soaking.
Nice outfit underneath, piss wet through, literally piss wet through.
And then we were like, we're still gonna step out.
Yeah.
We knew it was gonna take time to book an Uber.
Yeah.
We just knew it was gonna be a long night.
Literally.
But we were ready.
Yeah.
And we were excited to still go.
We had some drink.
Drinking.
Yeah. Crucial part to the story. Girl was on her rum and cokes, which she loves.
That's
Yes.
It was like I was drinking too tough.
No, I 100% agree with that statement. There was not a lot of drinks involved at all, which is I think why the surprise came.
Yeah.
And then Uber was taking long. Did we take Journey Juice?
I think we took a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't ever think that actually got tended to because the guy anyway was like, I think he was, Uber's just a bit funny anyway about having drink and stuff in.
Honestly.
And it was obviously New Year's, so we're not trying to piss anyone off. So anyway, we got into the back of the car, and poor Priscilla, because we were chatting at the start, but I'm just fucking drunk at this point, but not drunk fuck drunk, tipsy drunk. So I'm just chewing this poor girl's ear off, la 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 la. Look at the back of the taxi. And then her boyfriend thinking, she's not giving me much back here. What's going on? Just getting and I'm thinking, what the hell? And then, no. In fact, that's a complete lie. I'm chatting shit. You were giving me replies back, which is why I then got confused. Yeah. And then I could hear liquid going, but I just thought, but then all of a sudden, it was the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who, when you look and all of a sudden they're like that. Look back again and she's just literally a statue. So I'm literally I could hear the liquids and then I turned back.
Because bear in mind, guys, it's still pissing it down. And even at one point, there was flooding outside, so we had to literally go through this shit ton of water. People were turning around.
It was meant to be a really quick car ride, and it wasn't.
We had been in this Uber for
40 minutes?
It should have been a 10-minute journey. We were in there for about 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was
and
crazy.
I still say to the girls, if we're drinking and going on a night out, I don't like Ubers. Don't get me in an Uber, because the minute we're stopping and starting, my head is going.
Yeah, no, and lesson actually learned on that one. And again, it was meant to be such a quick journey, and we were just set up to fail.
Exactly, we weren't ready for that.
There was one point I forgot about all the chaos going on. So there was a boy coming in, knocking on the car window, telling the Uber driver to drive, and we were all looking at him what the fuck are you doing? It's literally flooded. It was crazy. And then in the meantime, I can just hear liquid on the floor kind of thing. So I'm like, oh, is this fine to say? Just double check. Yeah. I'm wait, 1 second, all right, literally.
We're here now.
Literally. I can hear liquid on the floor. So I'm like, and then obviously I'm speaking to you, and you're just carrying on nothing's happened. So I'm like, I must just be bugging kind of thing. Nothing's going on. I'm looking around, everything's fine, and then I'd managed to catch just 1 second, and then I clocked what was going on, and then I was obviously sort of silently checking she was okay, but we were almost communicating. Luckily, you were behind the Uber driver, which I think saved us. So he had poor man. He had no visibility of what was going on, and then there was one time towards the end, he was like, "Hang on a minute," he was like, "Are you being sick?" And I literally was just like, what? Sorry, what are you saying? I actually feel so peak. I just was literally sorry, I can't hear you for a good 2 minutes straight.
No, honestly, and I'm at this point, right? This is actually so bad, and I feel so bad now that I'm telling the story, and I'm thinking of this poor Uber man. I literally he was like looking, and I was literally trying so hard not to like projectile over this man's like the back of this man. I was like trying to hold it in, and it got to the point where you literally had to just be like, "We'll get it."
Yeah, literally. I was like, "It's fine." I was like, "We can walk," as I could see your poor self literally struggling,
trying so hard to hold it in.
Because he turned the light off as well, and he like turned back around.
Back.
Saw nothing, which actually completely saved us. And he was actually like, he was being sound anyway. And then we got out. Obviously, it was absolutely pissing it down with rain.
I've eaten all day as well, and I keep doing this as well, and I don't learn my lesson. So it was literally just liquid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was so bad.
It was killer.
We ended up getting out in the rain.
Yeah.
And going to one corner.
Yeah. And then getting an Uber back, basically.
Pretty much.
We went back in. I had to go in for a wee. And then we had to go inside just to wait inside because it was actually pissing wet through. But obviously, you just weren't in any position to be inside a hot, stuffy place. So yeah, we literally walked in, got an Uber home, and went back home.
That was our New Year's.
But also, again, like, we didn't really miss out on much. We didn't spend loads of money. Like, it was more just the fucking Ubers there and back. So I was kind of grateful for it the next day. Like, everything happens for a reason.
We need to learn a lesson because, as well, from now on, I feel like if we're going to do something New Year's, we need to do something at home. We need to throw a party at this point.
Yeah.
To host something.
Yeah, 100%.
Because the going out for the clubbing to do the 5-second countdown,
no.
It's not worth it.
And there's no, like, our age mates aren't really, it doesn't feel like anyway.
Yeah, they're not like that.
No,
yeah.
So.
It just feels pointless.
And I'm not lipsing a
stranger.
stranger.
Like we always know this beforehand, but we still make the attempt.
Yeah, because you know when you've had a little drink and you want to go for a dance outside the house,
so
and then you get there and you're like, this is not my crowd, and now I feel old.
Maybe we should go home.
No, for real, which is,
Honestly.
Nah, it's not cute.
Well, we know,
but we are young. We actually are young. I just like, it was when we were in Terrace that time, and that girl was like, you don't look a day over 21. Really? Is that necessary to say?
I was thinking, how old are you?
No, literally. And she was 19. And then I just thought,
that's
home.
crazy.
I literally looked at you. We did a little, we smiled, we were nice. And then we said, we need to get the hell on out of here. Yeah, for real.
Honestly. But that's the thing with Manchester now. I feel like there's not a lot of places for our age range. Like, we need a good mid-20s vibe.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? Other than the events, the occasional events.
Yeah.
We need something to do.
100%, like just on a normal Saturday. And we've been asking the boys, where'd you go? And they just chill at home.
Exactly.
And it's
they don't
like,
do nothing. Nobody does nothing.
no.
And before anybody comes to say that we should stay at home, no.
Literally.
No.
Every once in a while, we deserve to go out.
Like, we've not stepped out in so long because of that.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Exactly. But I like the fact we've now learned and we're not trying to like force it.
Yeah.
Spend loads of money before we realise let's just go home.
Yeah.
Like we just.
Instead of wasting our time.
Yeah.
We'll just do something else.
But also we do need something like obviously we've got the events and stuff every like once in a while, but it would be nice just to have like a go-to spot.
Yeah.
And we know it's going to be a good time.
Just a bar, good music, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone has any suggestions, let us know.
Manchester, something that we also have to bring to the table.
Yeah, like everything else, honestly.
But yeah, let's go. Sidetrack.
I've just got basically one more to go.
Okay.
So this is cities. So New York City, Paris, or Tokyo.
Get rid of Paris.
Yeah, valid. So valid. Because the other two are unreal. I'm just gonna. This one's very American, so I'm just gonna like switch it a bit. So Sunday brunch, homemade dinner with your favourite people, made by your favourite person. So probably like your mum. Do you know what I mean? If your mum's cooking's a favourite, or a cozy daytime nap.
Sunday dinner, cozy daytime nap, or brunch.
Sunday, yeah, but it was actually a Sunday brunch, but we'll add a roast dinner as another option.
Okay.
So you could just do a brunch, any day brunch, or a Saturday brunch. I love Saturday brunch. Sorry, no, any day brunch, day brunch. Sunday dinner, like a roast dinner, a homemade meal, or a daytime nap.
That's a good little one.
They're all literally food and then it's just the sleeping, and I could not get rid of the nap.
That's the thing. I'd get rid of the brunch.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's not bonus. So.
Yeah, that's very fair. I think I'd get rid of the Sunday dinner right now, actually, because I do right now probably prefer a brunch over a roast right in this second of my life. But then ask me again in about 2 months' time, I'll probably change.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that's my bit. Boom. Done, honey.
That was another good game.
Love it.
I love the little, like, short little pick and choose.
Yeah.
Really get to know.
Yeah, our life decisions, our life choices.
Honestly, the people around you. Okay. So yeah, guys, today's main topic, like we said, is school experiences.
Let's get
growing
it.
up and what it was really, really like.
Yeah.
Growing up. You grew up in Cambridge.
Yes, I did.
grew up in Ireland.
Yes, you did.
And what was school like for you? Like friends-wise, family life, teachers?
What were we talking about school? Were we saying all the way from sort of reception?
Yeah, I can touch on like each part because I'm sure it was like individual.
A whole journey.
Its own, like...
Yeah, for sure. So started off like in nursery. I think I was actually quite like I've always been quite like outgoing and like had a personality, should we say? But also when I'm looking back now, I also had like twerks of like social anxiety and stuff.
Yeah.
So when I first was in reception, it was a bit awkward for me to make friends. Also, I sort of found out when I was older why. Like, I think people like kids and stuff were just a little bit more.
I already had that kind of like mindset.
Yeah, and obviously, as I said, I think before, my mum had like quite a hard time in the sense of just before when she was pregnant and stuff, people just being like, "Oh, are you sure this is something that you want to do?" And like, so then I think there was definitely like a stigma around me, and then obviously I did like make friends and it was all fine after a certain point, but my mum, like bless her, she even like had to throw me like a big birthday party, big magic show, the works, and then that was sort of, I think she said after that I was like start getting invited to sleepovers and stuff and like allowed to go to people's houses and people were allowed to come around ours and things, but she had to prove herself kind of, and then it was weird because it was like I almost had to prove myself because I remember going around and parents being like, oh, like I thought it was a good thing at the time, and it probably wasn't 100% bad, but like just being like, oh, like you're so well behaved, and like just being like so shocked that I could be.
Those little aggressions to that.
Yeah, like especially getting older, you know, it's actually, and obviously there were some parents that would just have been sound from the jump, but yeah, definitely layers and tiers to it, and I definitely sort of felt like, anyway, I've always sort of been under a microscope, and like my actions have always been sort of judged by others, I would say.
That added, like, pressure.
Yeah, I would say so. And not necessarily always in the most blatant way, but that's definitely something that I've sort of felt throughout. But yeah, I did obviously like manage to make friends and stuff. That was all fine. Was cool in school, as in cool with people, sorry. And then that was fine, sort of carried through. I've always been sort of fairly academic, a little bit creative as well. So like that was never really an issue for me. And then through sort of, what's the years, like secondary school, from like year sort of 7 to year 9, I then had a lot of stuff going on at home and a lot of changes then, which I think sort of obviously resembled in how my life was outside of that. But again, I was still fine in secondary school, still got on with people, but then it was a weird one. It was a weird dynamic because I was cool with people, had friends and stuff, but also did face a lot of like microaggressions, racial comments, like I think a common theme, which is actually crazy growing up and knowing now, is like the being compared to like a footballer as a black girl in school. Like mine was Ronaldinho for a long time, and that's like obviously sort of reflected in a lot of things, which again I think in hindsight you don't really realise at the time, but like how I would want to have my hair, like I hated having my hair in natural afro just throughout like when I was younger and stuff, and then I actually gave it a chance when I was in probably about 17. I remember one day coming in and like the anxiety and like the heavy chest of going into school, and like went through, and then I was like outside of history and my friends were proper like creasing and giggling, and I was like, what's going on, like what are you laughing at? Because like I was still like, don't get me wrong, I was no like timid victim or anything like that. Like people would just obviously, people would say shit and I would have my own back and rebut that. Do you know what I mean? I was never sort of scared to tell someone about themselves in that aspect. But that wasn't even what I thought was going on then. Obviously, it was just my friends. So I was like, what's the crack? What are you guys laughing at? And they were like, oh, have you not seen this like Twitter account? And it was like this like group Twitter page that they all had, and it was like, oh, guess who? And it was some fucking footballer. I don't know if it was Ronaldinho this time, but he had like a photo of him, like a mugshot with like an afro and like funky teeth and like just like doing this funny face, and the caption was literally guess who, obviously being about me, which just then sent me into spiral. And I think at that point it was weird because I'd been through stuff like when I was younger, but then at 17 I was starting to feel more comfortable with like who I was, and you know, that sort of rite of passage that you have when you're younger, and you're starting to finally feel like, no, okay, like I'm like starting to feel more comfortable in my own skin as myself, and sort of trying to be authentically myself no matter what space I'm in. And that just completely knocked me for six. Like, I can't even lie. I remember just literally bawling my eyes out, because it was something as well where I didn't feel like there was a lot of people that could relate to that. I felt awkward even speaking about it with my girlfriends, who obviously were checking on me, but it's just like, it's hard when you don't have someone that can relate to that experience.
Definitely. I feel like it's hard as well because when you do, I guess, report some of these things in a school or why it offends you, it's kind of not taken as seriously. When it kind of make you feel like, oh, they're just messing, they're just joking.
And I also felt weird, like, snitching on people, especially when that one was like a very specific example, because it was like, it was my friends that were sort of involved in it at the time, whereas a lot of the time it had just been the older boys and stuff. But then the weird dynamic for me is that people that have said this stuff, I've then been able to past that point be cool with them afterwards, which is like just such a warped world for me. And it's not, obviously, like you get apologies and things like that, but it's like, I don't know, a lot of it is just people just like projecting and repeating stuff that they hear and copying other actions and stuff, which isn't right. But then it's also just really challenging for you to deal with, especially when you're alone in that, you're navigating friendships and things, and it's like, you don't, like, I'm always happy to like stick up for myself, but then it's also like, again, when there's no one else to sort of speak to and go back and forth with, how do I navigate this, and I'm by myself. And it's like, it's a lot, and those sort of things just like resembled through a lot of experiences. And the Ronaldinho thing was literally, I had that because I used to have long braids, and that was something, again, when I was younger, I used to feel like I looked like a boy, so I hated it. So I didn't have them for a long time, and then I finally got the courage again, and then I would get taken the piss out of. But then I got to a point where I just loved that for so long. It definitely had like little subconscious impacts on me, I would say. But then, like, especially for a lot of my uni life, because it was obviously cheaper, I just learned how to braid my own hair, did box braids, and that was me for like the 4 years. Do you know what I mean? Literally. But again, that was also reflecting because I felt insecure having my natural hair out, and then even like first coming to Manchester and like getting a lot of love from my friends and stuff about it, it was just like, that was like a little piece of me healing. Oh my god, like, and when you're going out and you're getting compliments in the street and things, rather than dirty looks and giggles, like, it's crazy.
You're kind of like made to feel like, in a way, not shame for your like identity, but it's hard to find your identity and love your identity and who you really are.
100%.
And then finally we'll come into a place where it's more open, where you see more people that look like you, there's more representation, there's just more love shown to that. It makes it so much easier. Not to say that obviously we should love ourselves based on what people like, you know, make us feel like, but growing up, it's hard not to feel like that.
When you don't feel like you're the beauty standard, you don't necessarily get praised in that way or get shown love in that way, and then it's like to come to, then for me, it was, my experience was like coming to the city and experiencing all that. I was like, wow, like, this is like, it was great, and it's almost empowering, but it's not, that was never validation that I was seeking. It was more like your own personal journey and feeling comfortable in your own skin. But then to have and receive that without even sort of looking for it, obviously just feels amazing. And it's not something that I'm used to as much there. Or even if there is like appreciation for my hair and stuff, I don't know, it just feels like it comes in a different, like, you're like, wow. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to... But that's a topic for another day. But yeah, I think just not growing up and being, obviously, like, some of my obviously closest friends as well are white girls, and like even like my family as well, like my mum. So it could feel very isolating sometimes, and no matter how much they would obviously gas you up and things, not having people to share that experience with definitely was a struggle. But off the back of that, I definitely think it's made me stronger. And again, like, it's weird when you look back at things and you have like reflection on it, and it's like it's almost weird because you go through it the first time and then you think about it and you go through it again and you process it differently. But at the same time, again, I do think it's sort of made me stronger. It's made me more knowing of what I want to be and sort of more secure in that. Yeah, literally.
You come at the end. Like,
yeah. Sorry, I feel like I rambled at you there for 10 minutes. Please move on to you.
Honestly, I would literally have to say like ditto to most of the things you said. But I feel like, just to talk about my own experience, I feel like in primary school, I kind of felt like, well, there was literally me and maybe like one or two other black girls in my class at the time. And I definitely felt like I was quite quiet, shy, just kind of kept to myself because I never felt like I had my own voice. Like I just felt very, very lost. So I feel like my experience in primary school, it wasn't awful, but I definitely didn't know who I am. And it wasn't until I came to secondary school that I realized that I take a lot of shit. Like I don't defend myself like I should. I don't I guess support myself like I should. Like when people maybe say stuff to me, I'm kind of like, oh my god, like, do you know what I mean? I just don't take it too seriously. Also, I didn't take it too seriously because I felt like it doesn't offend me. Like you can say what you want, but I definitely had my guard up. But then I feel like that kind of get worked into like me being, I wouldn't say overly expressive, but expressing myself to the point where then people would be like, oh, you're just angry, you're just upset, and then me not wanting to be perceived as like the angry black girl, and like honestly there was that whole concept, and then that made it harder for me because then it became a thing of, I do want to stand up for myself. I feel like I can stand up for myself, but to what extent? How far should this go? Like it was just such a confusing time for me.
There's no manual on how to handle it. Yeah.
And then even if you do handle it like anybody else would, people are still gonna have that stereotype for you anyways. And they're gonna just categorize you as this angry black woman just because 100%. You want to defend yourself.
Yeah.
So that's kind of something I had to just live with in a way. Yeah. Something I kind of felt like I just had to, regardless of whether they're going to call me this or categorize me as this, it is what it is. I need to express myself and let people know if they're wrong, what's disrespectful, what is, and what's not. It is what it is. And to this day, I still stand for that. You can 100%. Call me what you want to call me. Yeah. But if I see something that's wrong, because I refuse to have like a whole other generation of black girls and black women feeling like they can't speak up for themselves as well 100%. And have to take the shit that we took, because then it's like, what is actually the point? Yeah, and this 100%. Is why we're here. This is why we started this podcast, because there's so many people out there that have gone through similar experiences but are still struggling today because they don't understand, they don't know, they're not feeling like they're fully in that space where they can figure out how to navigate life and navigate things and certain scenarios. But waffling aside.
No, I like that was
I feel like going to secondary school and stuff, I feel like it was mostly hard for me in terms of, I really struggled with like dating and stuff.
Girl, I did not start dating really until uni.
Honestly.
For real. Yeah.
And I remember always feeling like, I remember I was speaking to one of my friends and she was literally, I remember just like being quite upset and being like nobody likes me. Like, and she was literally like, girl, you crying because nobody likes you? And I remember just thinking like, you don't understand.
No.
I'm not crying because nobody likes me. I'm crying because like I know that I'm not the beauty standard. Yeah. I know that nobody's looking at me like that because I'm just not what they see as beautiful.
Sometimes it feel like it's like you can be cool with them, whatever, but it would feel like in that sense you're invisible, like literally not seen.
That's the thing, like they would come to you, they'd bounce it with you, they'd be like, you're so cool, but you're never going to be someone that they would ever look at like in that way. And that was something I just had to come to understand, and it wasn't until, it was kind of something that I never really fully got over, but I just moved country. Yeah. I love that. And moved from that environment because I just felt like in that space it wasn't gonna be what I'd be able to. Yeah.
You can't grow in that space and blossom in that way.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, it's still hard out here at 25 in Manchester, in a country that's supposedly so diverse and has so many like amazing, beautiful people. It's still rough out here. Like,
no, for real.
It's not easy.
Yeah. Especially like I feel like for our type, do you know what I mean? Yes. But then that is one thing I will say again in hindsight is I definitely think everything happens for a reason, because there was not my type really back at home. Exactly. And I think that's definitely a good thing because that I think I'm happy to have waited and sort of got the experiences that I would want rather than just like forcing it and having memories like traumatic memories. Do you know what I mean? No, for real.
When I look back and I think of who I used to be like, he's cute, that's my crush, that's my crush. Oh
my god, no. I honestly I'd had a couple of selected white boys throughout my like young life, shall we say, but I'm so glad that none of them worked out because Jesus Christ, no, it would have been no.
It was not meant to be.
No,
it was so much more. There's so many more fish to see.
Yeah, literally.
There was just a lot going on.
So many better stories to be created, for real.
And so many more as well.
No, exactly. Just leveling up.
But yeah, I feel like overall navigating primary school, secondary school was lonely. Like it was really, really hard. I feel like my mum would always kind of just be like, you're not like them, you just need to like pick yourself up, focus on what you want to do so you can get out of here and you don't have to stick around with them any longer. Like she'd always just be like, but I feel like that's all well and good because it did help me be like, I'm just going to focus on getting out of here, but it didn't still change the fact that it was very lonely because
100%.
My mum, I'm first gen here, so she didn't understand that.
Yeah.
She didn't understand growing up around white people in that kind of community. I'm sure she had obviously her own struggles, but mine was then completely different. Like she didn't really understand why it affected me so much.
Yeah.
So that was like a whole another kind of situation and issue.
And so, because obviously I am actually interested, because there is quite a smaller community, would you say, in Ireland of Black Irish people.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Obviously, I know that you've got a lot of ties and stuff. So do you feel like your peers that live in Ireland also went through similar experiences to you as well?
100%. Yeah. Because even talking to my friends from Ireland to this day, like we 100% had like all the exact same experiences.
Yeah.
I think there's some of the people I know, anyways, is slightly different because where I grew up in town is completely different from where I went to primary school and secondary school.
Yeah.
So like for even my little brother, like he will tell you his experience was probably hard but even different because he had a lot more black peers than I did because he went to school in our town.
Yeah.
So I feel like just from going to school in a completely different town, it was even a village. It wasn't even a town.
Yeah.
It was like a little village, and they had like an Irish school. It was a very Irish town, so it wasn't a lot of people. So I feel like my experience with probably a lot of other people in my school was hard.
Yeah.
And it was honestly, child, it was a journey.
No,
it was a journey. And I remember even like experiences I remember having my natural hair out and people like throwing tissue or like paper in my hair, like little paper balls. And me even going to like report it and them teachers and even the vice principal being like, oh, they're just joking.
No, don't
take
piss
it
me
too
off.
seriously.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so if I can't go to you, who am I supposed to go to?
Literally, there's no support there.
Literally.
But then that's also like the frustrating thing sometimes is when you don't have like the teachers that are educated and then they've got sort of different cultures of children and stuff, like you do need people who are able to navigate that situation. I do feel like it'd probably be better now in terms of social media, the wave and things, and like people are held more accountable in that sense. And like if the teachers aren't dealing with it, you could start a TikTok post and get, do you know what I mean, like people to sometimes anyway.
Seriously, at least.
But at the same time, like obviously that does no good for you sort of having to deal with that at that time. And I think that's such a common theme of like teachers just dismissing experiences go through. Like don't get me wrong, there was just a couple of teachers that would actually like stand up, do the right thing, but others that just would do the same thing. I had the same in primary school, and a girl had said that my skin looked like shit or something like that, or would have been poo at the time. And then the teachers were trying to defend her and being like, that's not what she meant. She said she didn't mean it like that way. And it's like we were in an argument. Like it's crazy. Like what do you mean? Like
see, no.
And then as well, when you got that perception of like being because where I wasn't afraid, like you say, to sort of stand up for myself in a lot of scenarios, then you then have this perception where you're then seen as like sassy or
the aggressor as well.
Exactly, and sometimes it's like just because I can speak up for myself, like I've always had compassion and empathy in like a lot of scenarios. Of course, obviously that grows and stuff from when you're younger to now, but it's like that doesn't then mean that just because I'm the one communicating that I am the aggressor or I am the antagonist. And I think that's something that I can still relate to now in this day.
100%.
Like,
even going on nights out.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly being, like, told, like, even going back to good old terrace. Like, and that night my brother was there.
Yeah.
And we were going through the little things. And people automatically are going to turn around and be like, calm down, calm down. And it's like...
Literally, I did not start anything, firstly and foremostly.
Literally immediate situations where people are like looking to you to be like, you need to calm down, and it's like you could be the most calm person in the room. Or I honestly growing up being told, like, you're very intimidating.
Yeah, literally jarring.
And then you could say
from
why,
the teachers,
like,
mind you.
Yeah, and it's a lot of time I would get told, I'm tall, so it like makes me look like an adult. So I feel like a lot of times people would treat me like an adult, like they would treat me like I'm supposed to know more. I'm supposed to be more knowledgeable and more wise because of my height and my stature. Like, people would have these expectations of me because I look more grown up than I am. Like, even growing up, like I remember one day my mom was like calling into my primary school, and she said something to the receptionist, and the receptionist was like, "Oh, why is Priscilla doing it? Why is John doing it and Priscilla isn't?" And my mum was like, "Priscilla's 2 years younger than John." And she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, she was so shocked.
That is crazy
because
to me.
I was so like grown that people would just think like, "Oh, she's meant to be doing this," or "She's like this," and automatically I'm going to be the one that they're going to put this responsibility on or assume these things about. And it was just, I remember being so frustrating, especially in primary school, like I said, because I was quite quiet. And I remember being like wrapped in like so many situations. My mum would literally be like, "Priscilla, if you can't speak up for yourself, don't hang around those people, because you're going to be the one that they're always going to end up putting the blame on." And I don't know what happened, but I just had like a switch when I went to like secondary school or midway through secondary school. I just was tired. I was tired of like kind of just fitting everyone's situations, or like being that person that they could just be like, "Priscilla, like, take this."
Absolutely, hell no.
Like, it gets draining. Like, very, very draining, really, really quickly. And I think what we spoke about in the last episode as well, like, part of why we wanted more for ourselves and coming to the UK and that journey, and I feel like that was definitely part of the journey. I went to like a place where I feel like it's important to create and curate like an environment or a space where you feel safe.
100%.
And like there's that positivity and there's that room for growth and expression, and you can talk and chat, and it's good to have those with your friends, family, relationships, whatever. And I feel like that was definitely part of me wanting to leave in my journey.
100%.
To the UK, so
that makes sense.
It was honestly...
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a time. I feel like for kids as well.
It is.
And this is, again, going back to, like, there's so many kids and people that feel like that as well.
100%. Like, there's so many similar experiences. Even, like, just there's so many things of what you're saying that I just resonate with. Like, just there, and it's hard because you're obviously being a young girl anyway, going through puberty, the whole madness is enough.
Stress enough.
Literally. And then being a young, like, black child in the mix of it all is also enough. And then also when you put it and you're sort of isolated.
It's so frustrating.
And the only one amongst all these other people who just look differently to you and have these different... I mean, everyone has different backgrounds and things anyway, and you're already going through that, like, I feel different, I feel like no one understands me. I just feel like our own experiences were then amplified by that. But, again, strengthened us. We got out the other side. We know what we want to do, so...
It's definitely 110%. I feel like builds us into who we are today. Like, it makes up every ounce of who we are.
100%.
As people, like, why we are the way we are today.
Literally.
That's why I'm so grateful, because as much as there's so many things that I could say I hate and I don't like about how I grew up, and honestly, the awful parts of that part of my life, I can still look back and say I did have a good childhood and I did have a good life, and
I got some great friends that came out of that as well,
and great experiences as well at the end of the day, and all that has brought me to where we are today.
Literally,
essence, so.
Like, we used to, like, I feel like maybe I should talk about more of the positive stuff actually from when we were younger.
That's so true, because like, right here, like, don't get me wrong, like, I feel like you can definitely just sit and marinate on that for a sec, because it is important to understand that these are people's like true lived experiences.
100%.
But again, to also talk about like the positives and the goods. and the ins and outs. I'll let you lead.
So I had something. No, I didn't have something. No, so like in terms of, obviously we spoke about is growing up and feeling quite safe and stuff, and like we did have some times we would go like have some good parties. There was one party, how was it? It was like in summer, and it was like a council house version of like Project X is the only way to describe it. And there used to be like this house that like this boy and his parents were really, really, very, very chilled. And they'd gone out for dinner, and he basically just like, it just happened over this day, and like we were all out and about, and loads of people came. I'm not even joking, there was more than 100 people in this like tiny little 2-bed like house flat thing. And then I remember just being sat there, and someone had like punched like a hole in the ceiling. There was just a fat speaker, people were leaking out into the gardens. The police got called. I'm pretty sure there was one man just like, please, I've got work in the morning, like literally. So there was like funny times like that.
Yeah.
We had this place called like the Locks, basically, where we would go and like chill over summer. Like me and all my friends, literally, like we would go and we would bike across and stuff. Like there was nice memories like that. Summer 2016, summer 2018 were two of the best summers, and that was literally like just before I came to uni, 2018, and then 2016, I was just at home. So like there was definitely and like crazy like funny house party stories, and I do definitely feel like I was living my like Effie from Skins life like when I was young, and then that's really just like sort of nailed me into is it submission? I'm trying to think of the word I've been looking for. Like right now I feel like I just really like I'm happy for an easy life. I do feel like going through all of those things and experience it when I was younger has definitely like, I don't feel like I necessarily need to do too much as an adult. Do you know what I mean? Which is obviously sound. But then I say that now, only in my mid-20s. Yeah, exactly. So who knows? But what about you? What about some positives from...
honestly, going back to my childhood, like immediately, I have to just go back to simply just playing out, like on my street. Like, what do you mean? Like, if I could relive some of those days, like just playing out till the lights literally are on.
Like actually going knocking for your friends as well. Like I miss those days.
The games we play, honestly, and my estate at the time, there was like, I remember there was a point where there was like, God knows how many kids, and kids would come from other estates just to come to our estate to play for the day.
Oh, that's so cute.
And we would do like water fights. Yeah. Honestly, every game you can think of under the sun, all Irish games as well, if you know. And we would do like Irie Bash. Don't know if I can probably say that, but we were doing that. Irie Bash.
What's the game?
So it's basically like you have a word and a team, and everyone on that team gets a letter, and then you have to go hide. And then someone's like basically coming to find you, and they have to like beat you up until you give them the word.
I'm dead! I'm so dead. So that's brilliant.
Like, it's funny games like that anyways.
Did you ever play, there was like 40-40 in, but then there was the other one which was like block. So it's like where like there's like a lamppost, and then everyone's like, do you ever play Manhunt?
You have to try and get to the lamppost.
Yeah, basically. But I feel like 40-40 in, it was very similar, but you actually just had to say, I think, 40-40 in when you hit it.
Right.
And then there was also Manhunt, and Manhunt used to give me actual crippling anxiety because it'd be like, I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 people, and then you would just go and find the whole group, but we used to play it across this massive span. Obviously, you have to actually like tag them to thingy. Did you ever used to play those?
I know we used to play the like lamppost one.
Yeah.
And
I still love that one.
We used to play the one where you have to like, there's like 2 sides.
Yeah.
And there's someone in the middle. And you all have to like try and get to the other side.
Oh my god, yeah!
And try to tag you.
Yeah!
There's gonna be like 1 person left.
Yeah.
I can't remember what we used to call it, but we used to like actually like tackle each other. Like,
oh my god, brilliant! Yeah, I love it.
It was crazy, dangerous games.
Love it. And polo as well.
Yeah, polo. Oh, I used to love.
Like, well, because you go back and forth, don't you? Yeah.
I'm so adamant that we need to play those games.
I would 100% do a games day. Yeah. Literally love to do a games day.
Sports day as well would be such a vibe. Definitely something.
That is so true. A bit rounded.
Exactly, get into it. So yeah, I would like look back. I would definitely say just playing out the games, the water fights. Also, we used to go down to the river near ours, which was a time and a half. Yeah. If you're brave, get in. If you're not,
why do we get in those musky waters? It's actually disgusting.
Yeah, honestly.
I did get to a point where I was like, it's too much.
Exactly.
It's too much.
Yeah. When you
Yeah, literally.
Just doing God knows what. But yeah, honestly, most of those experiences, I can't lie. Secondary school for me, the funniest times of my life.
Yeah, I do hear that.
I'm not even gonna lie. As much as I hated it, those days were so funny. I don't think I've laughed so hard.
That is true. Like in the lessons when you could actually fuck around and it was actually funny. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like you were wasting your life and stuff. Like uni where you're paying to be here. Like no, I hear that.
So it was good. So yeah, those are outside of everything else. Like you just make fun.
Yeah.
You know.
You find your people, create a community, go to some parties, have a time.
Get drunk.
Literally. Did you ever used to like go out and stuff?
I never went like clubbing and stuff.
Yeah, like before 18.
No.
So valid.
Never.
So
that
valid.
wasn't like a huge thing in my town.
Yeah.
No.
No fair.
When I tell you a group in like a town, like a tiny town.
Oh yeah, no, same.
Like
but we had one place that closed down. It closed down before I was 18, but I managed, the first time I ever went out I was 13 and I used my mum's friend's ID. It was on Halloween.
Girl.
And this was she is like quarter Jamaican, but she looks white. Like, how old is she? Like probably at least like 7 years older than me.
And you got away with it?
Yeah.
No, there was only one time I did, to be fair, and I used, honestly, I'll show you this girl when we finish the podcast.
Oh, I can't wait.
Obviously you cannot tell height or anything, but for reference, she's like 5'2".
Yeah.
So you can just tell she's slim build, petite.
Oh, I love
tiny,
it. I love it.
Like, but I needed to go out. I was 17. All my friends were 18 at the time. I might actually be 16. Who knows? But that was it.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
But aside from that, we have to create our fun.
We do. Yeah. We really do. 100%.
But that was a good chat. Honestly, I feel like as well, just touching on representation and stuff like that. Not having it, wanting it.
Yes.
Do you feel like coming out of it, like you see it a lot more, or do you also feel like you kind of have to be that for yourself?
I think part of you is always going to have to be that for yourself, in the sense of like representation is important, but I don't think you can just rely on seeing someone doing something else for you to know that you can do it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's so important. Like being somebody from like different backgrounds, I do really think that, because like when I was younger, I think I just sort of had these images of myself and what I can do, and like limiting sort of thoughts, and that goes for like anyone and everyone. And I think it's definitely so important to see people doing that, and that's great, but also like you shouldn't have to wait to see someone doing exactly what you want to do to know that you can do it. Do you know what I mean? But of course, like especially for, that's me now when I'm 25, like for younger girls, I think it's so important. I don't really think necessarily there was a lot of representation. I also think, I mean, I grew up in a small town, so like especially growing up and going to uni and stuff, I feel like I was sheltered with a lot of things, in the sense of like just not knowing what's popping. Like, do you know what I mean? There's some things you know.
Like on TV growing up.
No, literally.
No representation or like, and
but there was like That's So Raven.
Yeah.
Like that was literally like the most. Like I didn't even really know about Moesha either when I was younger. Like that wasn't until like I got older. Yeah. I definitely think social media and like Twitter, Black Twitter, that definitely helped put me onto some stuff before I moved to the city. But yeah, no, I definitely think it has improved, and there is more, especially like in terms of, for my younger sister, she's now 13, and she's definitely, like, as I say, she's got more positive examples, and she like she's already on job with her edges and stuff like that, whereas that took me like a long time to...
Yeah, the kids these days, you know.
Girl.
The bags, the clothes, the hair.
Honestly,
They didn't have the rough weave stages. The freaking leave out stages.
No.
What do you mean?
Let me get...
It's crazy.
I'm going to have to find it. She sent me a list for her birthday. Oh, no, hang on. For her 13th birthday. Let's go off the dome. But it was things like... It was Pandora charms, a juicy tracksuit, like a mini fridge. It was like, girl, I was not asking for this stuff when I was 13.
At 13, I think we were still asking for, loom bands and them all them little bracelet things, the little rubber bands.
Loom bands, yeah. Anyone want to buy loom bands? Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
At
literally.
13, I don't even know what I was asking for. But...
That's what I mean. Or like, I don't know, if if I wanted stuff like that, it would be using my birthday money to buy it for myself, like literally crazy. And then she's got a newer phone than me. Do you know what I mean? It is.
They've got everything.
It's a different world.
Yeah, and I'm glad for them that they have that. To be fair,
literally,
because all the like subconscious stuff that you just build up, like, I feel like I hope anyways that it's a bit different for them.
100%, yeah. And like even my sister, like she's definitely more put onto things. But I also like the fact that she's got an older sister to go to because I never had that. Do you know what I mean?
You can be that.
Yeah, which is nice.
Guys, I've got a little section for y'all today.
This is our new thing, guys. Priscilla's surprising me, which I'm excited for.
She doesn't know again what we're talking about, and I wouldn't necessarily call it like a game.
Okay.
But it's basically, how would I describe it? Hot topics.
Okay.
In a way, of some are, they're not serious. They're bands. Although you can debate them, you can say whether you agree or not. Give your little 1-2 pence, whatever you want.
Okay.
And we'll just see. We'll see how many we get through.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is most soulmates are just about good timing.
Is it just disagree or agree?
So you can disagree, agree, discuss it more if you want.
I think I agree with that to some extent.
Yeah.
In the sense of like if you meet your soulmate and it's the wrong time and then sometimes it can't work.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's just about good timing.
No.
Because I also think that's the whole point of like the pull of a soulmate is that like no matter what the timing would be, like you'd always come together. Yeah.
Okay. Stunning. Next one is girls love red flags. They're just more interesting than green ones.
I think that's subjective. Like red flag, you beat up your last girlfriend. Hell no. Red flag. I'm trying to think of an acceptable red flag.
There's no acceptable red flag. I think in a way we kind of prefer bad boys than good boys, if that makes sense.
I like someone with personality.
When I say bad boys, I don't mean like someone who's just like bad, but I mean I cringe easily.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
So I don't want someone that's gonna be like, oh, I write you a love letter. How are you? But I prefer someone that's just got a bit more energy. I don't want to say nonchalant, but like just chill.
But for me, that's kind of like I feel like that would be my own green flag. Do you know what I mean? Like a red flag for me would be somebody that's very like all up on me like that. Do you know what I mean? Because that's just not my.
But that's
style.
the thing. We say that's what we want. We want someone that's chill and like laid back. But then we also have an issue with it. At times.
Yeah, I do hear that. Yeah, sometimes. But I don't know. I just feel like also if you're like love bombing and stuff, or not even just love bombing, like just very intense, that is a red flag for me. Do you know what I mean? But what was the sentence again? I feel like I'm rambling.
Girls love red flags. They're just more interesting than green ones.
No, I think that's subjective.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very subjective in terms of what the flags are.
But
no.
Like, sometimes mix it up.
Yeah, you've got to have a bit about you. Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, sis.
Dating apps are more about validation than actual dates.
I agree with that, to be fair.
100%. Dating apps are literally for the swipe and go, the swipe and vibe.
Yeah. They say that's actually like bad for your mental health as well. Like, I think like the constant, I think if you're on it all the time basically and just like the way that you're just going yes or no to someone with literally a swipe of a finger, don't think it's meant to be
imagine, based on those like, oh no. Oh,
yeah, literally.
Next.
And yeah, but to be fair, it's been nearly 3 years since I've had any form of dating app and I'm happy to stay off them. I think I say this, like I feel like I want to meet someone naturally and like organically, but then am I leaving the house that often? Maybe not often enough, but that's okay.
It's not apps.
Yeah, literally. But also like, whilst we're on it, I do feel like being approached in this day and age is important. I don't want to be chasing any men, so I understand the dating apps in terms of the accessibility to it, and obviously like it's an epidemic with guys actually approaching girls and like making the first move and stuff without being chased. So I understand the need for it. That's just not, I think long term for me, that's just not something I'd see working out.
It's just long as well.
Yeah, and also sometimes like it's like, what kind of boy are you speaking to? Like, is my husband gonna be on a dating app messaging bare girls and just seeing what sticks? Do you know what I mean? Like,
because that's not even about timing. It's literally about who messaged back.
100%. It's just you putting out many and seeing what, like, and that's okay. But that's what I'm saying. I want to be approached and picked out the crowd and been like, you're a bit of me.
Right. Next one. If he says he's not ready for a relationship, he's just not ready with you. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say I agree.
I feel like 90%. Yeah.
Like, I would say he's not ready for a relationship, but he will be ready with the next babe.
Yeah, 100%. And also, like, but that's to not even say that the next girl's any better or anything like that. Yeah. It's just sometimes, like, boys just don't want to treat certain girls certain types of ways. They do it for the person they want to do it for. Yeah, without having to be, like, coached into it or anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would say that. And also, because obviously, like, if you do then work on yourself further down the line, I can understand that you would be a different person. So, yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Okay. Sometimes girls want attention more than they want love.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. 100%.
Because in the sense of, like, I mean, yeah, on a Sunday, that's what I want as a bit of attention. I don't necessarily want right now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. A full committed relationship.
It's all well and good, but attend to me.
Yeah, 100%. Just a little booty rub.
That's too much dance.
Little send some food to my door.
The talking stage is just free entertainment with a deadline.
I feel like I'm really bad at talking stages, so I don't even know if I can comment on that. Yeah. I'm really, really bad. Yeah. I just can't. You know what I'm like with replies. I feel like I can imagine what you're like with replies.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Boring.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying again about the face-to-face interaction is so more easier. Yeah.
Like, I just prefer that vibe.
Because then I feel like texting is so much more fun once you know someone more and like you've got like a premise to be like texting about, like, what do you mean, what you're up to today, how's your week been? Like, I want more depth, you know?
Yeah. A little more something.
Yeah.
Definitely. When someone says, I don't do girl drama, they usually cause it. It depends. There are girls that literally be like, I don't do drama, I don't like drama. But they are the drama.
No, but I would agree with that. And then I also just think sometimes, girls can actually just not be about it, and I'm just making that clear to you. But then sometimes that's in response to the girl who's bringing the drama. Exactly. It's like, hang on a minute, I'm not doing the drama. Like, yeah. So yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Right. There's always one friend who gives advice that she wouldn't take herself.
Yeah. I feel like everyone probably has. Yeah, literally. I feel like everyone has. Not as in literally for you, literally for me. Like, everyone has those moments where you can't quite. Yeah. And because it's easier. Yeah.
And we were literally saying what the other day as well is like you should sometimes take the advice that you give your friends. Take it yourself. Because sometimes it's easier to support your friends and give them the positivity and the nourishments that they need to feed their soul. But you're not also giving that yourself. You don't give yourself the same amount of grace and you don't treat them like yourself like that. So.
Periods. Say it again, girl. Say it again.
Okay, so no makeup takes more products than an actual glam look.
Say that again.
No makeup takes more products than an actual glam look. That's so like doing no makeup is harder than like just doing a full beat.
I would say it's harder. But I'm not sure. I would say I do use more products in an actual full beat because I've got my liner, lashes and stuff. But yeah, I would say it's harder to like make it look cute and actually no makeup.
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of like skin prep.
Literally, it's hard to get a no makeup look that actually looks like sleek.
Dewy and actually no makeup. Yeah.
Is beauty truly only on the inside?
I think both. Wait. Yeah, I think obviously you're beautiful on the inside.
So if you were to give it like a 50-50 percentage vibes, what are you weighing each side?
What?
So if you were to put them on a scale, what
Right. Inside like 90.
Okay.
And outside like 10. Because I do think, obviously, you could be a beautiful person, like actually look beautiful and be horrible inside.
Yeah.
But obviously, the most important thing is to be beautiful inside and
Yeah.
outside. And then obviously, you can be beautiful. I was going to say beautiful inside and ugly on the outside. No, that's not what I was trying to go for. But I feel like
ugly on the outside is so subjective.
100%. Because I think they're genuinely beauty in like a lot of things.
Yeah.
People, like, even if you don't fully like, you know what I mean, people aren't your type or whatever, I can still appreciate the beauty of it.
Exactly,
and like beauty in things, definitely. But yeah, obviously the priority, I think I've answered the question right, but the priority is to be beautiful on the inside, especially if I'm going to be dating you, because what the hell is this?
Facts.
I don't want someone that's ugly on the inside, like, you know, when you're just proper.
If you're ugly on the inside, you're ugly on the outside.
Yeah, 100%.
You cannot be ugly on the inside and be pretty on the outside.
No, agreed.
Physically, then you may be conventionally attractive, but the wickedness shines through.
Literally.
Like,
and like ugly insides, I feel like is really like that strong. Do you know what I mean? To think that of someone, and that's not something that you could just tolerate.
100%.
Fact.
Okay, last few for you.
Okay.
Girls judge each other's partners harder than they like to admit.
I would say yes, slightly, but I just think it's because when it's like your girls, like you hold such a high standard for them.
Yeah.
That I think, like, someone that's going to be actually to match up to that, you've got to be doing a lot. Do you know 100%. What I mean? So I think. Yeah. But I'll be softer when I'm speaking to my friend about it, because I'm not trying to be putting, like, if they obviously came to me for advice, like, I wouldn't be trying to put thoughts or anything like that in their mind, and I would sit through it with them logically and just be like, right, well, what is it that you want? What is it you're getting? Da 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 da. But like, when it actually comes down to, I've just lost my train of thought as I'm speaking.
No, because I feel like you know what your friend wants.
That was it. Yes, exactly that. Yeah, exactly. You know what they want. You know what they deserve.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll come to you and I'll speak to you about it, and I'll play it down to you.
Yeah.
But then it might be, for example, like I would come to you, say you're not the friend, this is our mutual friend. I might come to you and maybe we'll be a little bit harsher about it.
Yeah.
But as in, like, that's private.
Like, what are we thinking?
Yeah, like, literally. Or even just to be like, am I being too harsh here? Exactly. Or do you know what I mean?
Like, I feel like if, for example, if it was like me, you kind of thing, like, I would obviously have my thoughts and I would express them to a certain extent. And
of
be
course.
Like, yo, so, you
can
know,
be real about it.
But yeah, I would 100% be like, I would ask you more so questions about like, what do you think about this? Yeah. Just to kind of also gauge what you just naturally think about the situation, and where my head is actually at. And then delve into a little bit more as well. But yeah, I 100% think that we judge our friends' partners a lot harder. Yeah. Just because as well, this is not my partner.
Yeah, literally. So, I don't have to put up with it kind of thing.
And it's not even in a bad way. It's literally just sometimes like, right, this is my friend's boyfriend. Yeah. This is who we know he is. This is who he... Because sometimes you have, like, those boyfriends as well that they are just an accessory to your friend.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Like, we know you guys are together.
Yeah.
He's good, you're good.
Yeah.
But he's just doing it.
And there's no malicious... Like, you know, them boys are not a bad person. They just aren't shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. But that's no one that we know right now.
Okay, and then last one is sometimes the girls' group chat is just more exciting than a relationship.
100% agree.
Without a doubt.
100% agree.
Like,
the girls just like, even just like a random, I don't know, and just the conversation just randomly tickle you, and it's not even things that anyone else necessarily find funny, but it's just like, we would. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, as we were saying the other day, like, your girls are just held so highly. Yeah. It's so hard, I feel like, for boys to even compare to that.
Exactly.
Because the girls set a high standard.
Exactly. We've got a little bit of both. What we're saying that it's like you get the intelligent conversation, the stimulating conversation from your girls, and you get the banter too. Yeah. So it's a good mix. Literally. Well. Obviously, you got needs. You gotta have a man for certain things.
Certain things.
But yeah, no, it's good to have good quality friendships as well.
100%. Yeah.
Makes a difference.
Go out for a nice girls' night, and then you got someone to text. on the way home.
Literally, you got someone to yap and tell the whole story.
Yeah.
The whole debrief. Sometimes the debrief is better than the date.
No, for real. That is so true. That is so true.
Definitely. But yeah, I think that's a wrap really for episode 3.
Stunning.
I hope you guys have enjoyed.
Yeah. It's a little bit less laughs in that one, I feel like. A little bit more conversation. So sorry.
Definitely.
I feel like I want to personally apologise for rambling in your faces. But
Endlessly.
No,
honestly.
for real.
I feel like as well it's hard sometimes because sometimes I want to go into more detail. Sometimes I think of like extra little topics while I'm already talking. And
Literally.
It's like, how far do I go into this rabbit hole?
No, genuinely same. We're learning.
Exactly, definitely. And like I said, this is not like a timeline kind of thing. It's not like we have 6 weeks to get a story out. Like we're gonna be here.
Yeah.
So
peeling back the layers.
Exactly. Little
100%.
by little. And I hope you guys keep enjoying.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But even then for our audio listeners as well, I hope you guys enjoy. If you're not seeing our faces and you want to see our faces, check out the YouTube, check out the Instagram,
TikTok,
whatever. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I feel like we're getting into the flow of it now.
Yeah, 100%.
As I say, we're learning, going for our grooves, and we're excited for the next episode.
Honestly, we'll see you guys in episode 4.
Yeah.
If there's anything you want us to discuss, specific, or even if you guys have any like sort of relation to what we were speaking about today and you want to drop your story, even drop messages privately, feel free to do so. Yeah, 100%.
And just know off the back of that, like, you're not in it alone. We've been through our own experiences and we've come out the other side and better people for it.
We're still learning and growing. We don't know it all. We've not experienced it all.
100%.
We're still taken back sometimes and we're still triggered sometimes. Yeah. We have to deal with.
Yeah.
But we're just learning and it's good again if you guys do have someone that you can speak to.
Yeah.
Just let it out. Even
100%.
if they don't understand, sometimes it's just good to express yourself.
100%.
Write it down.
And sometimes people might surprise you in how much they actually can relate to you as well. So
definitely.
I feel like once trust yourself, trust your gut, and if you feel like you've got someone that you can trust and speak to, then I would advise you do that.
Definitely. If not, writing it down is a good one as well.
Yeah, a bit of journaling.
Your thoughts, your experiences, how it's making you feel, how you want to feel, how you prefer to feel, and work through that as well.
That was some great advice.
Yeah, it's quite helpful.
No, I love that.
But yeah, thank you guys very, very
much.
Thank
you.
Love you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, for real.
I will see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Bye.